Today is Monday, May the 6th, 2019. It's Monday of the third week of Easter. So checking with today's little itinerary, we're going to be departing the hotel in a little while, and we're going to be heading up to Haifa, and we're going to be spending some time there. We're going to go into the Carmelite monastery, I do believe. We're going to then transfer. At some point, we're going to get over to Cana, and there we're going to have our Holy Mass and bless those married couples who are on our pilgrimage with us. So Jim Caviezel has headed back to the States. He's no longer with us here in the Holy Land. It was really impressive to have him with us and to listen to him speak. I wish him well, and I will certainly keep him in my prayers because he's a man who has a heavy burden upon him. Last night there was a fantastic presentation by Father Donald Calloway, followed with a little bit of I guess you could call it a concert given by John Michael Talbot. Lots of good opportunities for our pilgrims to grow in the faith and to develop their spirituality in a whole host of different ways. It is truly a blessing to be here in the Holy Land, and I'll never take for granted all the blessings that have come my way during these few days that I've been here. So it is time now to head down to the bus and get ready for another day filled with blessings in the Holy Land.
He gave him more lands, more authority, and this is when King Herod came back here and built the temple for the Jewish people in Jerusalem.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. People see this camera and it's pointing towards me, but they think that that's the side that's doing it. So they're going to try to cut behind me like this, but now they're going to be in the video because they went behind me. Okay, so you know it's going to be a hot day here in Israel when you look up at the clock and it's just a little after 8 o'clock in the morning and it's 31 degrees centigrade. Now, I know a lot of people struggle with trying to translate from centigrade to Fahrenheit, but it's actually a pretty easy formula. You just double the number, that's the centigrade, so you go from 31, it becomes 62. You take off 6%, which is a little more than 6, so we'll take off 6. That brings you down to 56. Then you add 32. Well, that'll bring it up to 88. So it's 88 degrees already at 8 o'clock in the morning. Morning, Father Sean, how are you?
Good morning, everyone. How are you doing?
So where are we headed off to today?
I honestly don't even remember. I'm just following the group. Cana, that's right. What is it? Cana and Haifa, Mount Carmel.
How are you, Florence?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, so we're making our way now to Haifa, and we're going to make a stop at Stella Maris, the Carmelite monastery. This is on Mount Carmel, and in it is the Cave of Elijah. So we're going to bring ourselves to a whole new connection to the Holy Land by making this connection on Mount Carmel to the Old Testament.
Go, Amy. Wave at us.
Come on. Come on.
Okay, here we go.
Hey.
Oh, purple.
Haifa, when they start building in Haifa.
So we've arrived here on Mount Carmel. This is the Stella Maris Church, Our Lady Star of the Sea, and inside it is a cave. This is the cave where Elijah was when he basically recognized the presence of God. He was affirmed here, and then he of course went off and destroyed the Baals.
On the left-hand side, you will see the gate that represents Prophet Elijah when he confronted with the 450 of the prophets of the Baal. And on the right-hand side, you will see just like the Virgin Mary carrying Jesus Christ, that will be the Stella Maris, Our Lady of the Sea. And as we get inside, you will see on top the statue of the Virgin Mary, that will be Our Lady of Mount Carmel.
Now we're going to head up to Cana and have our Mass there. Lots of prayers for you and for all of those who are in troubled marriages, especially today. Happy birthday, dear John.
Michael.
Happy birthday to you. Okay, so we're pulling into Cana right now, and we're going to be getting ready to get off the bus and go over to the church in Cana, where Jesus performed his first of miracles. At that church, we're going to have our Holy Mass, and we're also going to bless all the marriages of the people in our group. I've been checking with a few of our couples and asking them how many years they've been married. Here's what I found out so far.
5 years.
5 years.
And how many of them have been happy?
Happy, all of them.
Oh, good answer.
32 years, May 9th.
Get out!
Yes, 32 years. And it's been a wonderful 32 years of ups and downs. I wouldn't trade it for the world. All our experiences together, and I have the Holy Spirit. I have the Holy Spirit to thank, because if it wasn't for our Catholic faith and the Holy Spirit watching out for us, it would have been a lot tougher. So we have a lot. We've been blessed. We've really been blessed, and I thank the Holy Spirit for watching over us for 32 years.
Oh, 30
years.
30 years.
This year.
Yeah.
36 years.
This year, 36 years.
God love you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
42 years.
29 years.
God bless.
48 next month if I'm good.
This is our 48th year.
You too.
Yeah. Yes.
So we heard, yes.
This is 94. This is 1994.
Oh, okay.
40 years.
40 years. All happy?
Oh, every bit, yeah.
Mostly. More happy than not.
I occasionally have to realize my failings, but
Yeah,
generally
we
pretty
both
good.
do. Yeah.
Many, many more.
Thank you.
Father.
Thank you.
At the time of Jesus, there were no springs in the village of Cana of Galilee. And people at that time will keep the water in water cisterns. And this is where the people would have brought the water at the wedding that is mentioned in the Gospel of John.
We have arrived in Cana and we're making our way up now to the church. This is the site that marks the place where Jesus performed his miracle of changing water into wine.
At least he's smiling.
Others do believe that wedding in Cana of Galilee used to last for 7 days. And this could be on the third day when Jesus came to that wedding. And here the mother of Christ came to him and told him they ran out of wine. Jesus said, "Woman, what I have to do with that? My hour has not yet come. Do whatever he tells you." Of his crucifixion. The youth and he-4s. Yeah. I'm not sure.
So we have come out here into the courtyard of the Church of Cana. That's right behind me here. This is the church where Jesus worked his first miracle, where the Blessed Mother intervened in salvation history, even though he showed some reluctance because his time hadn't come. She says, do whatever he tells you. I think that's pretty good advice in general. Do whatever Jesus tells you. Now I know here in Cana it has become a tradition. They call it renewing vows. But in Catholic theology, there are no renewal of vows because it's the only sacrament where the vows exchanged between the man and the woman are what bring the sacrament into existence. There's no renewing of the vows because you can't break the sacrament, you can't change the sacrament. Normally it's just a blessing giving, but because it's become popular here, I guess they still continue to do these things. And so what do you think they're trying to sell the most of here? Cana wine. So your record remains solid, you haven't lost anybody?
Nothing. No one. Never. In the past 11 years.
Oh, this is, well, I've downed the pomegranate juice really quickly because I love it. It's really delicious. And apparently it's good for your health, like lowers your cholesterol, so it's a win-win situation.